Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammad wa ahla baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin wa la'natullah ala adaihim ajma'in. This class is the next section in the book of Moral Exemplars by Sayed Mahdi al-Sadr. This chapter is talking about truth. He says, truth stands for the conformity between word and deed. It plays a great role in the lives of both the individuals and the communities. Truth is the beauty of speech and the ground of success. So we see that the Sayyid says that to be truthful, it is also words and actions. And it plays a great role in the lives of the individual to be truthful, and also for communities, because with the communities we have to have trust, and with trust, the foundation of it is truthfulness, and that a community and an individual who is truthful will be successful, because truth is one of the foundations for success. He continues saying, for this reason, the Islamic jurisprudence, the Quran, and the Sunnah always urge telling the truth. Allah says in Surah 39, ayat 33 through 34, those who have brought the truth and those who have acknowledged it are those who have fear of Allah, and they will receive whatever they want from their Lord. Thus it is the reward of the righteous ones. So we see here in this ayat that it applies to those who bring the truth and also those who acknowledge the truth. And they will have what they want with Allah. Meaning Allah will be pleased with them, and He will reward them for acknowledging the truth and acting on the truth. Allah also says in Surah 5, ayat 119, this is the day when the truthful ones will benefit from their truthfulness. So whenever we tell truth in this world, even you might not see the benefit of it in this life, but you will also see this benefit one day. And Allah says that on the day of resurrection, you will receive the rewards for being truthful in this life. And Allah also says in Surah 9, ayat 119, O you who believe, have fear of Allah and always be friends with the truthful ones. And we know that the truthful ones from the tafsir in this ayat are Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, because we know they are ones who are ma'soom, or infallible, and they never told lies, as Allah said in Surah 33, ayat 33, that He has purified them and kept all rijs or uncleanliness away from them and prevented it from reaching them. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, truth is the adornment of speech. So everything has an adornment, or things have adornments and decorations basically. And for one speech, the thing that beautifies the speech is truthfulness, what we gain from this narration. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, do not be deceived by people who offer a lot of prayers and fast often. In fact, prayers and fasting have just become habits, and they feel desolate if they omit them, or if they leave them, they feel sad or incomplete when they leave these things. You should test them by their truthfulness and their fulfillment of trusts. So we see that someone might offer prayers. They might offer all of these prayers, extra prayers, and they might fast a lot, and everyone's like, wow, mashallah, look at these people, they're fasting and they're praying, and they put them on a very high level. But in reality, the Imam alayhi salam is saying that For some individuals, that this has just become a habit for them. It's just normal for them, and if they don't pray and fast all of the time like that, then they'll feel something is missing or incomplete. It's part of their daily routine. And he said to test them by their truthfulness. So we need to look at them and see if they're truthful or not. And also for the fulfillment of trusts. If they honor their promises and they're truthful to their word and they stand by what they say, this is the way to test a person. And he also says the deeds of the truthful ones are growing. So the good deeds for being truthful are always multiplied. Basically, is their good deeds are multiplying for these ones who are truthful. He says, this means that the deeds of the truthful ones are ongoing and their rewards are too growing. Thus, Allah accepts only the deeds of the pious ones. Truth is one of the most significant characteristics of piety. So, piety and truthfulness go hand in hand. And we see that this truthfulness is a great attribute, and that we should always follow Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam and take after their attributes as much as we can. And we see that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi was nicknamed al-Sadr al-Amin, the truthful and the trustworthy. And we also have Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Al-Sadiq is the truthful one. So we should always try to emulate these names of the Imams and their attributes, because they were named these attributes and given these titles because of the characteristics that they had. They were the most truthful ones. The book continues about the achievements of truth. He says the publicity of mutual understanding between individuals is a social necessity. If they commit themselves to do so, they will have the ability to shoulder the burdens of life and enjoy a peaceful coexistence. So we see, to coexist with other people, that we need to be truthful and trustworthy and honor our word. This builds a mutual understanding and a trust between people and a harmony between different communities. He says, it goes without saying that the tongue is the instrument of mutual understanding and the translator of the various concepts that rove in people's minds. It therefore plays a serious role in the existence of communities and the harmony of individuals' feelings and ideas. The happiness or distress of any society depends upon verbal truthfulness or falsehood. So the society, to have a good, successful society and to be happy, and it depends on the truthfulness. It depends on the truthfulness of the individuals in that community. If the tongue is truthful in interpreting the emotions, it will fulfill the mission of communication. So the tongue, its job is interpreting the emotions. And if we do this in a truthful manner, the tongue has fulfilled its job of relaying the emotions and communicating in the best way. If it, on the other hand, is characterized by mistranslation and misexpression, it will be the guide to evil and the means of social destruction. So we see that the tongue has a very important role in our communication with people, and conveying the ideas that the mind has comes most of the time through one's tongue. And being truthful establishes good relationships, and being dishonest with other people and promoting falsehood will lead to destruction of the communities. He says, hence truth, whose effects and reflections play the greatest role in the individual's lives, is a social necessity. I mean, where would we be without truthfulness? How would we interact with each other? Our friendships and our relationships with people are based on us being truthful with one another. He says parties of transactions, for instance, can save themselves and times from the fatigue of bargain if they adhere to truthfulness. So, in bargaining and transactions and dealing with other people with trade and buying and selling, truthfulness plays a very key role in all of this, because you have to trust each other when making certain deals and transactions that each side will fulfill their trusts. The book says, if all people observe truthfulness, they will gain its innumerable benefits and advantages. If untruth, on the other hand, becomes a common phenomenon in a society, the moral principles will be flimsy, mutual understanding will be missing, and society will be the subject of disarrangement. So, if lying and spreading falsehood and lack of concern of the truth become a norm in the society, then we're going to see the decay of that society basically. That all trust will be lost between people, and people will be in disarray, and no one will trust each other, and a lot of bad things will start happening because no one will trust one another. No one will want to trade with each other. No one will trust each other to be friends, and everyone will be on their guard all the time, and it'll be a very stressful type of environment. He says, the next part of this book, he breaks down truth into parts. He said the first part is truth of speech. It stands for telling the very reality of a thing without falsifying it or concealing it. So one needs to speak the truth and not hide the falsehood, as we have many ayats that say, do not cover the truth when you know the truth. Do not hide the truth while you know it. So we should always be honest with people and truthful with people in the best possible way and in the most polite manner. We should always stand for the truth. The second part was truth of deeds. It stands for the conformity of deeds with words, such as the commitment to oaths and fulfillment of pledges. So we need to be true to our word. We need to uphold our agreements with people and our pledges with people. And we should take our word as something very high and honorable, and not want to make our name bad by dishonoring our pledges and breaking our promises and telling someone you're going to do something and not doing it. This is how one gets a reputation of being unreliable and dishonest, and he doesn't keep his word. And once this stigma gets on you, this attribute of dishonesty and untruthfulness, it will be you will be known by that. And this is something that one should not want to be known by. This is a very ignoble attribute. It's very harmful attribute, because no one will trust you. No one will want to deal with you, and no one will want to have any sorts of business or job or any type of relation with you. The third one he said was true determination. He said it stands for the determination to do good. So part of the truthfulness, he says, is having a truthful determination, a strong determination to do what is right and to be truthful. And the last one, he says, is to have a true intention. And he says it stands for purifying the heart and purifying the intention from blemishes of showing off. So purifying one's intentions from showing off. So one should not want to show off. One should want to be truthful and do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and Allah has commanded us to do this, and we're following the examples of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is al-Sadr al-Amin, and also the Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam, who are always truthful. We should want to be truthful and have pure intentions to do this qurbatan ilallah, which is doing it for the pleasure and seeking nearness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not for showing off to the people. And with this ends the section on truthfulness, and the next section we will cover will be on falsehood. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum wal an ada'ahum.